Joining us today, as always, for this week's entertainment panel is the lovely Abby St. John, who is actually doing it from home today. Thank you for giving the time to speak with us.
Of course.
Now, we're going to be starting off with some interesting news for all those Gal Gadot fans out there. She's going to be actually in the Snow White live-action remake here, and she's supposed to be the evil queen. Tell us more about this.
Yes, so a while ago, Disney announced that they are making a live action remake of of Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, and it was said that Rachel Ziegler has been cast as Snow White. She's also going to be in West Side Story, Steven Spielberg's West Side Story as Maria. So she's more of a new up and coming actress in the film world. So that's very exciting. And Gal Gadot, most famous for her role in Wonder Woman as Wonder Woman. She's been cast as the evil queen, and I think that's really exciting. I think she's a fantastic choice for it. I think she exudes that kind of power that the evil queen has from, the original animated version. So I think she was a great choice for that role. Now, there's not too much that we know as of yet. We know that it's a remake of the original Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, and Mark Webb is directing it. But other than that, we don't have much other information. There's really no set date for when we can expect to see it. But seeing as they did cast Gal Gadot, it is hopeful that they will be starting production here soon, and hopefully we'll get a bigger cast on, who the prince is going to be, who the dwarves are going to be. So it's going to be exciting to see how this movie plays out and where it goes from here and who they cast going forward. Because Gal Gadot is such a big name, it brings a question on if they're really going for those A-lister stars, those big names out there to fill the rest of the cast.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating to see who's actually going to be casted for that remake, the live action movie, of course. And I think she's going to be a perfect choice for the evil queen. She's just so beautiful, gorgeous. Yet, she can also, seem dangerous as well. So I think she's going to be a perfect choice for this, and it's going to be fascinating to actually be able to watch it. Now, moving on, there is a lot of talk about this. You and I even went and saw it last night in theaters. Eternals is now out. So far, the reviews are not looking so good, especially with Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes shows that is at 50% on it. IMDb shows that it's got 7 out of 10 for their rating. And now the audience review, from what we were seeing, is actually over 80%. It's kind of weird to see how different the scores are, but personally, I think it was such a great movie.
Yeah, this is actually the first Marvel movie to receive a Rotten Critic rating. It's actually now at 49%, so it has been going down. Earlier this week, it was at 54, and then it slowly started going down throughout the week. That's the critic rating. Critics aren't really liking this film. There's a couple reviews. New York Magazine, with Eternals, Marvel proves itself to be nothing more than a staid, lumbering black hole. Eternal sags under many conflicting demands that the film attempts to cater to. There's a lot of really rough reviews coming from critics, but then you mentioned the audience rating now is 89%. So you can see that audiences are starting to really like it. The film came out officially today, with early release yesterday. I thought it was fantastic, and I think Marvel fans are really going to enjoy it. It's a little different than a normal Marvel movie, especially, we had the Avengers for so long, and now we have a new group called the Eternals. So it is definitely a switch over. It's different. It's new. You're introduced to different powers, to different heroes, to different villains, and you're also, it's expanding on the MCU. Because the MCU is ginormous. I think this film is fantastic. I thought it was beautifully shot. We had a director, Chloe Zhao, directing it, and I think she did a fantastic job, really showcasing the visually. I thought it was very appealing. I thought the actors and the cast was fantastic. I think they did a spot on job choosing who to cast for each character. So I'm excited to see where it goes from here. Despite the harsh critic rating, I think it's going to do really well in the box office, and I think Marvel fans are really going to enjoy it because there's something different, and it really does set up for the next few phases going forward within the MCU. So I definitely wouldn't let the critic rating and the comments discourage you from seeing it, because I think it was fantastic, and I think a lot of Marvel fans are really going to enjoy it.
Yes, exactly as you said, very visually appealing is what I agree with, especially. And also that on-screen chemistry that a lot of the actors had with each other. You know, they had a great dynamic, they had great chemistry, they had really funny jokes in the movie. I thought it was a great movie. That's why I'm glad we were able to speak about this, because it is very interesting to see how the critics have been rating it, giving it, you know, harsh comments and everything. So I agree. I hope people aren't listening to those and seeing it and just discouraging from going in and seeing it and, you know, going and checking out for yourself, because it ended up being really good. Even for people that aren't big time Marvel fans, I don't suppose like you need to see all those last Marvel movies to watch it. I thought it was good, but even by itself, of just seeing it entirely separately, maybe just knowing what happened in Endgame, maybe giving it a chance, just knowing just kind of how it ended off, maybe know all that information before watching it. But personally, yeah, it was a great movie. So for everybody watching this, hopefully you will give it a chance and go to the theaters and check out Eternals. But that's all the time we have for this week's entertainment panel. Once again, thanks so much for joining us today, Abby.
Thank you.